3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Genesis, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Canelo, you a bitch. I'm putting it out there. No, I don't like to disrespect men that step into the ring, but then you fighting Kirtland that hasn't been in the ring since Glenn Tapia. When you have an opportunity to fight Demetrius Andrade for the WBO, damn, I thought in the sport of boxing, people want to be a champion.
Don't get this sucker no statue. Give him guts. I told you I wasn't going away. You got your shot. Now give me mine.
Why don't you get the hell out of here?
Get the fuck out of here, man. Please.
Shut up, old man. I ain't going nowhere. And why don't you tell all these nice folks why you've been ducking me? Politics, man. This country wants to keep me down. Keep everybody weak. But this bum is taking the easy matches. Fight another bum. I'm telling you and everybody here, I'll fight him anywhere, anytime, for nothing. Give me that same chance. The way he's been ducking is a disgrace. If he ain't no coward, why don't he fight me then?
I don't care what you rank. You don't get no shot, and I mean that.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? You know, since the beginning, for all of you guys who've been following my channel, I've been teaching you guys about the code words and deciphering these code words and completely translating the actual meaning. You guys always hear me say the most dangerous weapon in the world is a microphone and a camera. The truth will always come to light. And a lot of times when the truth does come to light, it often ends up coming from the person who was lying in the first place. In this case, it would be Canelo Alvarez. We all know that Canelo Alvarez has been avoiding Demetrius Andrade for nearly a decade now. Well, shortly after Canelo Alvarez, he called Demetrius Andrade a horrible fighter. Maybe a couple weeks later, we sent our reporter, our new media reporter, Skip. Me and Ike, we write all the questions for Skip to ask. So since Canelo Alvarez at this time was showing interest in fighting against Jake Paul, we asked Canelo Alvarez the question, just to confirm it. You said you're interested in possibly fighting Jake Paul, right? Canelo said yes. So then we asked him the question, who would you say is a better fighter, Demetrius Andrade or Jake Paul? The question completely caught Canelo off guard because he was not used to answering real questions that fans really want answers to. Canelo was used to those real softball questions. So Canelo, he hears the question and he kind of chuckles a little bit and then he just says, no comment. So then we followed that question up with asking him who would he say is a better fighter, Demetrius Andrade or Jamal Charlo? Remember, these are two fighters that Canelo has been avoiding for nearly a decade. So Canelo Alvarez, he says, I don't know, they're both really good fighters. Remember, this was right after he called Demetrius Andrade a horrible fighter. So he had already contradicted himself way before he did it recently when he was asked who wins the fight between Demetrius Andrade and David Benavidez.
You talking shit, payday, this, I'm a horrible fighter, and then, you know, people like send me things about like him. Somebody asked him a question about, oh, what about David Benavidez, Demetrius Andrade? Then he goes 50-50 fight. So how am I a horrible fighter and then fighting David Benavidez is a 50-50 fight?
Once again, not only did Canelo Alvarez feel that Demetrius Andrade was one of the most dangerous opponents to fight, but his fans knew it as well. Because when you are a fan of a boxer and you truly believe that guy is the best boxer in the world, you want him to fight everyone. You want him to fight the best. You don't come up with excuses for why the fight should not happen. You're supposed to be pushing for that fight harder than any boxing fan if you truly believe that your guy is the best, saying that he just wants a payday. What would that have to do with you as a fan wanting to see the best fights? And how does that logically make any sense? So what are you saying as a fan? You only want Canelo to fight the guys that don't want a payday? John Ryder didn't want a payday? Abney Yildirim didn't want a payday? Caleb Smith, and the list just goes on and on and on. John Ryder had been calling out Canelo for quite some time. And there are some fighters that Canelo Alvarez fought, they openly came out before the fight was official. They openly came out and said, hey man, I want to make that payday and fight against Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez, he got that talking point from his fans. He was just repeating their talking points. When Canelo Alvarez fans were saying that on the internet, that was their way of begging Canelo Alvarez, please don't take that fight. We cannot stand to see you take another L, especially not to another black fighter. That was the translation. For any Mexican fighter that has been watching boxing for quite some time, they all know that at least 95%, and 95% is a generous number, 95% of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time suffered their very first loss to a black fighter. And Canelo Alvarez, he knows the Mexican history when it comes to boxing as well. And this is the reason why Canelo Alvarez, he would call Demetrius Andrade a horrible fighter, but not call Liam Smith a horrible fighter, or Abney Yildirim. We know what time it is. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes,
Fever blisters, diabetic ulcers.
this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Deki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodeki.com.
Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp, Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP, and I saw some pictures of some guys, before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention, so I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, can you fix this? And, he pretty much said, no problem. My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.